Let's set the scene. You know this scene. You've seen it in every terrible romantic comedy ever made. It's Tuesday. It's raining. Not a nice poetic drizzle. I mean that angry sideways rain that seems to have a personal vendetta against your haircut. You are on a date, and not just a let's grab coffee and see if you're a serial killer date. This is date number three, the high stakes date. You are driving her home. The heater is on. The vibes are immaculate. You feel like the main character. You are already mentally planning the wedding playlist. And then physics happen. Physics doesn't care about your vibes. The steering wheel jerks to the left like it's possessed. The suspension screams. The dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree from hell. Check engine, low pressure. Battery, all the colors of the rainbow. And they all mean you are screwed. And just like that, the music stops, the podcast stops, the silence in the car is deafening. You pull over to the dark, muddy shoulder of the highway. Now, pause the movie. Right now, in this specific second, there are two timelines you can go down. Timeline A, you panic, you look at your phone, you say, oh God, I don't know what to do. You call your dad, you call AAA, and wait 3 hours in silence while the car gets cold and awkward. You apologize profusely. You look like a wet dog that got kicked out of the house. Or timeline B. You let out a sigh. You look at her and say, hang tight, I got this. You get out, you fix the problem, you get back in. You continue the date. Most men today, they are living in timeline A. We have raised a generation of men who treat cars like magic carpets. We think they run on hopes and dreams. And when they stop working, we act like the universe has personally betrayed us. But here is the secret that nobody tells you about dating. Attraction is not built when things are going right. Any idiot can be charming when the wine is flowing and the waiter is bringing appetizers. Attraction is built when things go wrong and you manage to make it right. She is watching you right now and she is asking one question. Is this man a passenger or is he an F1 driver? Today, we are going to make sure you are the F1 driver. This is the flat tire test. Let's start with the most obvious artifact of failure, the jumper cables. If you open your trunk right now and I see a pair of tangled rusty jumper cables that look like they survived World War II, I need you to do me a favor. Take them out, walk over to the nearest trash can, and say goodbye. Okay, keep them in your garage if you want to be a hoarder, but get them out of your daily carry. Why? Because jumper cables are a tool of dependency. I want you to really think about the logistics of jumper cables. They are a social tool. To use them, you need a donor. You need a second car. That means if you are stuck in an empty parking lot at 2 a.m., those cables are just useless copper snakes. They are heavy, they are dirty, and they do absolutely nothing for you. It also means you have to perform the universal dance of failure. You know the dance. You stand on the side of the road in the rain, waving your arms like a wacky inflatable tube man, hoping that a stranger is nice enough to stop. It is undignified. And let's be real about safety. Have you seen a horror movie in the last 30 years? Do you really want to flag down a random unmarked van on a dark back road while your date is sitting on the passenger seat? No, that is a tactical failure. You are inviting chaos into your life because you are too cheap to buy the right gear. You need independence. We live in the future. We have lithium. You need a portable jump pack. It's the size of a paperback book. It sits in your glove box. It holds a charge for a year. When the car clicks and dies, you don't complain. You don't panic. You don't call your mom. You pop the hood. You hook it up. You dump 1000 amps into the system. You start the car. You are back in the driver's seat in 3 minutes. You haven't even gotten your shirt wet. Imagine the difference in how that looks to a woman. One version of you is a beggar, the other version is a magician. Be the magician. Now, let's talk about physics, specifically thermodynamics. I don't think people realize this, but a car is basically just a tin can with windows. It has an insulation value of 0. When your engine dies, your heater dies. If it is 30 degrees outside, it will be 30 degrees inside your car in about 15 minutes. Physics moves fast. So, you're stuck waiting for a tow truck Your date is wearing a cocktail dress or a thin jacket because she wanted to look nice for you. And now she is shivering. When people gets cold, the brain enters survival mode. She stops thinking about how funny your jokes are. She stops thinking about romance. She is only thinking about one thing. I hate this car, and I hate this man for bringing me here. This is where the prepper guys get it wrong. They pull out the space blanket. You know the one? That silver foil trash bag that comes in every $20 survival kit. Look, if you are dying of hypothermia on Mount Everest, sure, use the foil. But on a date, they are loud, they crinkle, they are impossible to unfold. And let's be honest about the aesthetic, you look like a giant baked potato. Nothing kills the romantic mood faster than wrapping the woman of your dreams in aluminum foil, like a chipotle burrito that gave up on life. I want you to signal comfort, not catastrophe. You need a real wool blanket. Yes, it takes up space. I don't care. Make space. Throw out your gym bag. Wool is magic. It stays warm, even if it gets wet. It is silent. It is heavy. The weight of a heavy blanket actually calms the nervous system. That's why weighted blankets are a $1 billion industry. But here is the real alpha move, and I hate using that word, but it applies here. Keep a spare oversized hoodie or flannel shirt in your trunk. Picture the scene. She wraps her arms around herself. She says, I'm freezing. You don't say, yeah, me too. Sucks, doesn't it? No, you reach back. You produce a clean, warm, dry layer. You hand it to her. You just solved her psychological problem before she even panicked. That signals provider. That signals safety. You just bought yourself an hour of patience. Number three, light. We need to have a serious conversation about the phone flashlight. I see this every time I drive past a breakdown. There is a grown man on the side of the road. He is trying to change a tire, but he only has two hands. So what does he do? He puts his $1,200 iPhone in his mouth. He is drooling on the screen. He is clenching his jaw until his teeth crack. He is straining his neck trying to aim the light at the lug nuts. He looks like a golden retriever with a chew toy. It is undignified. It looks pathetic. And think about the risk. If you sneeze or if you slip, that phone falls face down into a muddy puddle. Congratulations, you are now stranded and you have no phone. You just ghosted the entire world by accident. You lost your GPS, you lost your lifeline. Buy a headlamp. It costs 20 to 30 bucks. It goes on your, wait for it, head. Now look at you. You are a cyborg of efficiency. Both hands are free. The light looks wherever you look. You can see the bolt. You can see the jack points. You can see the raccoon watching you from the bushes. There is something primal about controlling the light. When things go pitch black, humans get scared. It's evolutionary. We are scared of the dark because that's where the tigers were. The person holding the light is the person holding the power. Be the guy with the headlamp, not the guy drooling on his iPhone. Okay, this next one sounds silly, but I promise you it saves relationships. You need snacks. I'm serious. Let's look at the biology of stress. When you break down, when that tire blows, your body dumps adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart rate hits 120. Your vision tunnels. You are ready to fight a bear. But you aren't fighting a bear. You are sitting in a Toyota Corolla waiting for a tow truck. An hour passes. The adrenaline wears off. And then the crash. Your blood sugar plummets. And look, this applies to you too. I've been there. When I'm starving, my decision making IQ drops by 50 points. We all get hangry. I have seen couples break up on the side of the road, not because the car broke, but because they were both starving. Why did you take this route? Why are you breathing so loud? That isn't hatred. That is just a glucose deficiency. Keep a stash of water and dense calories, protein bars, beef jerky, chocolate, items that don't rot. When you see the mood dipping, you don't say calm down. Never ever say calm down. That is a death sentence. You engage biohack mode. You say, here, drink this, eat this. You are forcing their body to recover. You are stabilizing the mood of the platoon. That is leadership. Leadership isn't just barking orders. Leadership is managing the psychological state of the people under your protection. Finally, let's talk about the mindset. You can have the battery, the blanket, the light, and the food, and you can still fail the test because the work is dirty. Road grime is nasty. It's oil, rubber, and mud. If you are afraid to touch the tire because you don't want to get your manicured hands dirty, you are going to hesitate. You will look weak. Keep a pair of work gloves in the kit. Put them on. The moment you snap those gloves on, you flip a mental switch. You go from date mode to work mode. But more importantly, you have to adopt a philosophy. The philosophy is called embrace the suck. It is raining, it is cold. This sucks. Acknowledge it and then ignore it. Don't be the guy who kicks the tire and screams at the sky, why me? This is so unfair. Be the guy who accepts the chaos. You step out into the rain. You do the work quietly, efficiently. You don't complain. You just solve. There is nothing more attractive to a woman than a man who encounters a problem, accepts the misery of it, and solves it without whining. That proves you are safe. That proves you are capable. That proves you are an F1 driver or a mechanic. So here is your homework. This weekend, don't just watch this video and nod. Go to your car, open the trunk, look at the trash in there, throw it out, build this kid. Because one day it will be raining, it will be dark, and she will be looking at you. Be ready to pass the test. This is Edge of Readiness. Stay prepared.